And of course, I am going to be your host from now till 10 a.m. And this is our super morning show that we dub the Rise Up Morning Show. Of course, I just don't do this alone. I do this with some beautiful guests who come along every single day. If you are alive, you should say thank you, God. I always want to take advantage and remind you that if you have not said a prayer, there's a gentle reminder that you should say one right now and just tell God that you thank Him for giving you life. Sleeping and waking up is a grace and a miracle that is so much underestimated by humans. And so today, I just don't want you to forget, but say a prayer, commit the day into His hands, commit the weekend into His hand, and commit all of your life into His hands, because He is the only one that can bring you all the favor you need for today. When we are stepping out, we always want to ask for favor, but sometimes we forget that we being alive is enough favor. As usual, I always start my show with whose birthday today is. Apparently, today is the birthday of American singer Nick Jonas. Nick Jonas is part of a three-tier boy band group that came around about 7 years ago. They have been doing some good music, and I personally am a lover of their music. So if today is a birthday, you share a birthday with legendary Nick Jonas. And to dive with you into some motivation for the day, today I want us to do a little bit of intelligence rather than motivation. Do you know that intelligence is being categorized into 9 different parts? I don't know who has heard this or whether you have heard it before, but today we're going to do a little bit of self-learning and self-research, and probably you would be able to tell where you belong to or where your child belongs to. Now, according to scientists, there are 9 types of intelligence. Yes, 9 types of intelligence. You would be asking, intelligence, how am I supposed to categorize intelligence into any sort of group or so? But according to scientists, yes, there are groups of intelligence. The first one is the logical intelligence. So with the logical intelligence, people who do possess these abilities often show signs of being mathematicians, detectives, and scientists. They are really good at recognizing relationships, patterns, and trends. So they are the ones that I don't know if you sat in class with people like that. I personally remember that when I was in school, there were a couple of maths gurus in class that when we say they are really champions with that. These people who are really good mathematicians, detectives, and scientists are people who belong to the logical category of intelligence. 8 more to go. The second I want us to be looking at is a naturalistic intelligent person. These kind of people are able to distinguish between nature's features and survival instinct. And these people are normally zoologists, botanicalists, and botanists, and chefs. They are people who love to do they love to do anything creativity with nature. So we know chefs are always in the kitchen trying to bring something beautiful to our table. They're always supposed to present our foods in a very beautiful way to entice us. They are the people that belong to the naturalistic type of intelligence. The second one, which I personally love, is the musical type of intelligence. As the word says for itself, they are people who recognize tone, rhythm, pitch, and music. They love music, and most of the times they are sound engineers, they are musicians, they are composers, they are conductors, they are people who want to play instruments, they are people who want to sing, people who want to be in an orchestra, or people who are so much enthused about being a chorist or anything that has got to do with music. So I can actually recognize that my good friend Evan CJ has this ability trait of being you have that musical intelligence traits because you are good with the keyboard and I think you're good with the guitar too. So he has a little bit of intelligence traits. Now the fourth one is the spatial type of intelligence. They are the image manipulation people. They love to visualize things, and the moments they are done visualizing, they want to draw it up. They want to add a little bit of spice to it. And these people are normally the ones that we popularly call, they are good with photoshops. They are good with trying to do things their own way after they have seen it. They are the spatial group of people. Now they are normally architects, they are normally sculptors, painters, pilots, and sailors. Now, these people are really highly intelligent, and people tend not to consider them as one. But most people who have spatial intelligence are also connoted to people who have logical intelligence, because you being an architect, a sculptor, and a painter has got a little bit to do with mathematics or something, and a bit of logical intelligence. So if you have a son, or you see yourself loving more of sculpture, you see yourself loving more of painting, or you like the whole thing of becoming a pilot, a sailor, or an architect, you belong to the special group of intelligence. Now, the one that I personally find myself in is the linguistic type of intelligence, that includes expressing yourself through a language, verbal and written. And same way, I can see Ivan Seji at that particular possessing that particular kind of intelligence. So if you love to write, you love to read, you love to be verbal, you find yourself to be a linguistic intelligent person. And these people are normally public speakers, poets, novelists, and journalists. They are the people that belong to the linguistic intelligence group. Now, the existential intelligence group also have people who are deep thinkers. They have deep thought regarding life and death. They are the people that can give you a great in-depth into life. They are able to give you in-depth knowledge about something that is going on in your life, or probably how your life is going, or something you are facing. These people most of the times do not possess a lot of intelligence. They don't possess a lot of experience, but they are able to give you certain rundowns about life and death. They are the people that they don't fear dying. They fear how they are going to die, but they don't fear dying. These kind of people are the existential intelligent group of people. They don't care about what death holds for them, unlike some of us that we are scared of dying because we think we have not lived. They are rather thinking about how they are going to die. And these people are normally philosophers, and they are normally theologians. They love to teach you about how life is supposed to go. And most of the times, these category group of people have some sort of rules governing their life. So popularly we call them philosophers. They are able to give you in-depth knowledge about people who have lived, including Socrates, including Plato. I mean, a whole lot of, they are really interested in things like that. And the intrapersonal intelligence people are normally understanding people. They are you can say omu mobro anomu abadaye. Everything, in every decision, they love to take it the emotional way. They want to put themselves into people's shoes, and they plan accordingly. They plan their life accordingly. And upon me sorry, I was say me sorry by 4 o'clock. By 4:10, I have to be in the bathroom. By 4:15, I have to be. I have to probably be praying. By 5:20, I have to be on my way. So there are these kind of people that around almost every time you leave home, you meet them. You mix them around a particular time in the day, or in the mornings, going about their daily routine. Now, these people are normally psychologists because they always want to do things accordingly. They are also philosophers and they are spiritual leaders because they are so organized that they deem it appropriate to lead people. They are the people who belong to the intrapersonal type of intelligence. Now, the interpersonal kind of intelligence, that is the last but not the least, uh, they are very intuitive people. They have intuition. They normally, it is women who do possess this kind of intelligence. Almost every woman have that kind of intelligence. Anybody who knows me, I say that God didn't create men intuition in men. Men don't have intuition. I don't know if this is the first time you are hearing this, but men naturally do not have intuition. Women are the only people or only creature that do have intuition. So they are excellent with communication, they have empathy, they always want to talk to you about something, they always want to reason with you, they always want to try to get an in-depth analysis of what is going on so they are not being taken by surprise. And these people are normally actors, actresses, teachers, and social workers because they love to get into situations. They have empathy, they communicate well, and they have intuition. So they belong to the interpersonal type of intelligence. And the last one is the kinesthetic kind of intelligence. They are really good with object manipulation and coordination. They are very good traffic lights directors. I love to call them that because they always know what to do at a particular time. So these people mostly find themselves loving things like dancing, athletes. They love being surgeons, and they also like being crafts people. So the kinesthetic people are the ones that when you saw so with most of the times dancers do possess that ability. They know what move to do with a particular tune or beat, and they know what kind of turn they are supposed to do at a particular point in time. And not only are they dancers, they are athletes, they are also surgeons, and they are craftspeople. So after all of these 9 types of intelligence, tell me, which type of intelligence do you think you possess? Amazingly, it is not only it's really normal for you to possess one or more. I see myself possessing about 3, but you have to be dominant in at least one of them and recess even at least 2 or one of it more. So you tell me, what kind of intelligence do you think you possess? Is it the logical? Is it the spatial? Is it the linguistic? Is it the existential, the intrapersonal or the interpersonal, the kinesthetic, the naturalistic, or the musical? And this is the point where I introduce to you my guest for today, Ivan J and Black Sugar, as usual, joining us for the newspaper review. Good morning, Ivan. It's been a long time since we had you here, quite a while. Yes.
I'm sure you are fine.
I'm good. I mean, I mentioned 9 types of intelligence, and which one do you think you do find yourself in?
Was I paying attention?
Okay.
Got to be.
I personally
No,
see
but
you
I
to be
think I found myself in 3 of them.
okay.
But,
The linguistic, I guess,
yes.
where you because I know you're a very good writer. So the linguistic, the musical,
Yeah.
and I think that is the only one that I see you
No,
to
but
be.
there was another one which talks about philosophy.
Philosophy, so existential. You are not afraid of dying,
Never, never.
but you are afraid of how you are going to die.
I'm not even afraid of how I will die. I know I'm going to die one day. I know everybody's going to die. And so, I mean, the manner and how it comes, I do not care. The only thing, my thing is that I want to achieve what I intend to achieve.
Right,
If that is done and I
Right.
die, I mean, that's it.
right,
You speak the truth, you die, and then you go. That's all.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nana Apia says that I'm listening to you live from Tichiman. Thank you so much for tuning in, and tell us what kind of intelligence do you find yourself in. Black Sugar, you were paying attentively. He was really listening attentively to what I was saying. Which intelligence do you think you find yourself in?
I think I really enjoyed the morning, this part of the morning.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't want to miss it.
Okay.
Today.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, But I think I also fall within about 3 or 4 of them.
3 or 4
Yeah.
of them. So which one do you find yourself being
Because,
dominant?
I can't really tell. I can't readily tell unless I've not even given it a thought. This is my first time hearing it.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
So I have to give it a couple of thoughts.
Well, I see you
But-
to be more of a linguistic person because
Yes,
he really likes talking. I see him to be good with public speaking.
I'm a spoken word artist.
Okay,
so,
of course,
yeah,
of course. So
that definitely.
yes, yes.
Yes,
I think that is the only one that I really see you. And I've not. I mean, who said me? Name say only a humor, so I can never put you in the interpersonal. Yes, because yes, only humor because
I'm a emotional person.
you are really an emotional person.
Yes.
Are you?
I am.
Are you?
I am.
I don't really believe that, but
But it's the philosophy part that
really
counter,
gets you.
Yeah, that counter.
So
the
are you
emotional part.
afraid of dying?
I'm not.
But you're afraid of how you are going to die.
I am.
Okay.
I am.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to pass away in a
Horrible manner.
Yeah, in an accident or with a stabbing or those
Right.
kind of
You
things.
want to die naturally.
Naturally.
You want to die in your sleep.
I want to die in my bed with my wife by my side.
Oh, that's it. That's it.
Talk of accidents.
Mm.
I really agree. It will be very painful for you to say that probably you are traveling.
Mm.
You tell your family, I'm going, I'll be back in 3 or 2 days, and then you meet an untimely death on the road.
Right.
That one is very painful. So I think I share that with you.
Mm.
To get an accident and die, no, it's a no.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
All right. I am personally not afraid of dying myself.
Yeah.
I was really afraid of dying till I heard my mother. My mother say that she's not afraid of dying,
Yeah.
and my mother is really quite young. If you see my mother, you would really be surprised. She's really quite young, not even a single gray hair.
Mm.
And when she said that, I sat down and I was like, if you've had your children are doing well, and you are not afraid of dying, why am I supposed to be afraid of dying? You understand? And she gave me so much hope, and she said it with so much confidence. And she added that in this world, if you are afraid of dying, you die before your time.
Yeah.
But if you are never afraid of death, death will forget you.
Definitely.
If you are never afraid of death, death will forget you. I personally find myself to be more of a spatial. I am quite visual because I love art. I love to do things that are art based. I love to get myself involved in that. And I think I see a little bit of linguistic, probably because I'm a journalist, and I see myself to be a little bit of a intrapersonal, and I see like 5 traits in me. I see like 5 traits in me though, but I'm really confident that I possess the linguistic type of intelligence. So that is it. So this will actually help you if you have a child, or if you have children around you who are growing up and you don't really know what they are up to. Most of the times parents don't really know the kind of intelligence their children do possess, and I think as every parent it is really important for you to know the kind of intelligence your child possesses. It will be able to push your child to the right way, or the right direction when they are growing up, concerning career, things that they love to do with their free time and all that. So I remember when I was growing up, my dad made me read a lot. And some of my friends even in school started laughing at me because I was in class 4 and I'll be reading JSS 1 books, JSS 2 books, and at that time I thought my dad was punishing me, but I never knew he was actually nurturing something within. And honestly, there is no day that passes by without I would have to read something. I have to read something. The day is not complete. I wake up in the morning, I want to read something. I'm coming to work and I'm reading everything. I have to read something, and I realize that it has nurtured that kind of thing in me. So if you are a parent and you are able to trace this kind of intelligence in your children, don't kill it. Most parents are meant on making their children live their dream.
Yeah, because
They
I'm
make
a lawyer. My child
my child should be a lawyer. I don't want my child to be a footballer.
I
I don't
always-
want my child to
always
be
say
an
that-
artist.
I always say that when it comes to bearing children,
Right.
we give birth because we want to.
Yes.
But what the child is going to do in the world, you don't really
You
have
don't really have
so just
control
do
over
your
that.
part
Yes.
and leave the child be.
Right. So if you are a parent, don't ever try to kill that intelligence that is something that is natural. Your child doesn't even have control over it. It's something that is God given. And I think one of the purpose you can actually give to your child as a parent is to nurture that intelligence for them to have the best of their lives. I personally love making money out of talent, out of something that you don't really struggle doing. You'll make money out of. That is the best way to make money, because you find joy, and at the same time you also find you also make money. You find joy and make money at the same time. And I think these are the two paramount things in life for me, to really have a peaceful, joyful life, and also to make money. That is one of the bases of life as it is now. So that is it. If you are listening, tell us in our comment section down below on Facebook Live on the kind of intelligence that you really think you possess, or the one that you think your child possesses. And if your child your child is a special person or a special intelligent person, don't kill it, because most parents don't like us to be painter. My old pan, painter. You understand?
Yesterday I met somebody and I asked her, what do you do? And she was like, I'm learning a trade. I'm hairdressing. And I was like, wow, that's beautiful. But you know one thing, at first, when somebody asks you that, what are you doing? And
Right.
you tell the person, I'm learning hairdressing or tailoring.
Officer Wabom
The person looks down
on you.
But then I told her that, look, in this time and era,
Right.
it's no more like that.
Right.
So I encouraged her to do more.
Right.
And to brand herself.
Right.
And then she'll go for it.
That's all. That's a good one. That is a good one. So today in our newspapers, as usual, we bring you an in-depth review of 3 major newspapers in Ghana. As usual, we have the Chronicles, the Daily Graphic, and the Daily Guide. And with me is the Chronicle. Evans will be taking us through the Daily Graphic, and Black Sugar will take us through the Daily Guide.
So actually, I've not been here. I think I was not here on Tuesday.
Right.
And Wednesday, right?
Mm.
For 2 days that I've not been here. Yeah, very sorry about that. Have other projects that I'm doing. School. COVID made
Right.
us come
Home.
and then actually universities are actually calling us back with my school, asking us to do a whole lot of projects. And so yes, that's why we are kind of on and off.
Every moment spent with you, I appreciate it really.
So
Maybe I have not said it.
I mean, this story, Mr. Joseph Boahen Edu, he is the CEO of COCOBOT, actually saying this, and this story can be found on the page 16 of the Daily Graphic. And then we have beautifully the picture of the Vice President, Dr. Mohamed Bawumia, printed on the front page of the Daily Graphic.
Right.
Together with some other entourage here. I think he went to the Volkswagen plant. So,
Right.
you can see that picture over there. Now, there is this story also over here, the Okada debate. I mean, this debate never stops.
Right.
And it says that government to provide vehicle holding option. Dr. Bawumia is the one saying this, and this story too can be found on page 3 of the Daily Graphic. And to some other story here, so it says COVID-19 impacts economy negatively. Actually, we all know the effect of COVID-19 since March that Ghana recorded the first case. It has really affected us as a country, our economy, and almost every aspect of our economy. It's not only Ghana. It's not only Ghana,
It's worldwide.
worldwide.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's what is happening. And then, okay, so another story over here says NBSSI launches business support program. And then to the back page of the Daily Graphic, it says work begins on destroyed portions of Bolgatanga Boko Highway. Okay, so that's another story over there. And then the big one here says 2 horrific accidents claim 24 lives in 2 days.
Yes.
This is a very sad story. I mean, in 2 days, we've heard of accidents accidents that have happened in the eastern region and also in the central region, claiming about 24
lives. Yesterday was, if you listen to the morning show, to tune in yesterday, you could realize I was really emotional about it. And
you see, yes, this actually made me so much worried. I mean, definitely. Okay, we'll get into the story.
yes, we'll get into that
So that
particular story
we share what we think of
on
it.
accidents that are really happening on our highways in Ghana.
Yeah.
And take us into the deeper part of the daily graphic. So we wrap up on that
Well,
then.
on the page 3 says that government to provide vehicle owning option. Dr. Baumia is the one saying that. He says the government has tasked commercial motorcycle riders, popularly known as Okada, to graduate from the risky and less safe venture to a safer means of transportation. The Vice President, Dr. Muhammad Baumia, who made the call, said the government would not legalize commercial motorcycles because the riders would have a better option by acquiring newly assembled vehicles in the country through a lease arrangement. Dr. Baumia, who witnessed the signing of a strategic memorandum of understanding between Volkswagen Ghana and Black Ivy, a residential and industrial estate entity in Accra yesterday, emphasized the need for safe and reliable cars in the country. The collaboration between Volkswagen and Black Ivy will, among other things, lead to the introduction of the first compressed natural gas for vehicles, and further down the road, electric vehicles and relevant infrastructure such as CNG filling and electric charging stations. With a presence in Ghana, Kenya, and Tanzania, Black Ivy is a value-driven company that builds and grows commercial enterprises in sub-Saharan Africa. It develops logistics and infrastructure solutions for emerging economies and businesses that serve the needs of the growing consumer. The Vice President said Ghana spent about 230 million Ghana cedis every year, every year treating injuries and traffic fatalities. Road clashes claimed about 2,284 lives last year. Very often, the cars involved in the crashes do not meet road safety standards. Dr. Baumia said the transport sector recapitalization project of the government was part of an integrated and coherent policy it was putting in place for the transformation of Ghana and the automotive sector and other sectors of the economy. So, I mean, the Vice President actually saying that the MPP government is not going to legalize the Okada. Recently, we heard that they were also in consultation with stakeholders to see the way forward, whether to legalize or not to legalize it. And this time, they have said that the MPP are not going to legalize the Okada business.
Okay.
And therefore, they are going to actually introduce a new venture for people to acquire vehicles on lease for themselves, so that it can actually reduce road accidents.
Now, the reason why people are vouching in for Okada is not because they can't buy cars, but because our road systems are not really flowing traffic very well, it's not making traffic flow very well, and it's causing a delay. A place whereby you can use 10 minutes, it takes you about an hour to get there. So with Okada, if you're supposed to get there in 10 minutes, Okada can take you there in 12 minutes. Okada can even take you there in 8 minutes. I have personally,
You use Okada.
oh my
You
God.
patronize Okada, right?
Yes.
Anyway, I've also patronized.
I do.
I do.
I
The
do.
time I was going to school, I was very late. My lecturers were calling me, and then I was in a trotro. I had to get down and pick Okada, and then quickly it took me there. But but there is a problem. You see, we do not have to. I think we do not have to legalize it. The NDC is saying they are going to legalize this thing, and then but people have raised concerns because we have said that Okada has caused many lives. Many
Right.
people have died through accidents that involve motorcycles.
Right.
You get it? This Okada. So I think that's the reason why we shouldn't legalize it. Other than that, why why not? If it is going to take us, because we don't have better transport systems, we don't
Right.
have trains,
Right.
we don't have all these better transport systems to take
Right.
us to places
Right.
in a very short time.
Right.
So the Okada would serve that purpose.
Right.
But because of the fact that it takes lives or it kills a lot of people, that is why I think, I mean, legalizing it is not a good
Well,
idea.
the NDC is saying when they come, they are going to regularize it.
Yes.
So that it doesn't take much lives.
Right.
So if you're able to
No,
put,
but how do they do that?
I mean,
you
we
know,
can,
at
we
the
can, we
northern- in
can.
the northern parts of the country,
Right.
Okada is very, very much alive.
Yes, it looks like a friend of mine.
It's been there for
A
very
friend
long
of
time.
mine.
This is the
A
capital.
friend of
That's
mine,
enough.
a friend of mine, when somebody from the north wouldn't agree with you, because these are some of the things that they say panelists or analysts make them feel they are not a part of Ghana, right? So in the northern part of the region, I have had friends who go there for their national service and all that, and the next thing they are telling me, Charlie, we could talk, I'm like, what? And they're like,
that's because
The moment
they
you go to
obey
north,
the traffic
you
rules.
drive motorcycle.
Right.
When you are in the
So
north,
that's
and
the
it's
point I wanted to make. See, in Accra here, we see people drive Okada or motorcycle. When they get to a traffic light and it is red, they will not stop.
don't you
The
think?
cars,
Don't you think in a way we can regulate them and put in some laws for them, update training, try to, just like the way if you want to go to school,
Yeah.
you go to a driving school, we can put in certain things like that in place for them to be trained and set a couple of rules for them, a couple of laws for them.
No, this
That
this is the capital of.
you know, the reason, I believe the reason why a very I would say a chronic Okada user, I would say chronic because he normally uses Okada almost like 8 times to 10 times in a week, right? He said that the reason why there are most motorbike accidents is because motorists are always looking for a way to dodge the police.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
they are always looking for a way to dodge the police. So you see them
So for
taking
I'm
certain roads.
I'm
Wait,
coming
you see them taking certain roads they are not supposed to be taking, or probably be in a hurry to bypass traffic or speeding up. And also, he said that the most people who also are involved in motor accident are people who are using it for pleasure purposes, or for guys purposes. You know, they want to show off their motorist skills and all that. But if you are using motor for transport, I think that with that, if it is being is well regulated, we are going to see a significant drop of motor accidents.
I don't think so. See, so talk of regularization,
Right.
and then laws going to govern their activities and all that. See, in Ghana, that is what even caused them to say that okay, we want to dodge the police more, because right now the eyes are going to be on them. Police checks is going to increase on them, and they will also say that they want to dodge the police, which is going to result in the many accidents that we have been seeing.
No.
Right.
See, this is the capital of Ghana.
Right.
If Okada is in other parts of the country, I don't have a problem.
Right.
Say the northern region, because there, I mean,
What is your reason for it not to be in the capital? What is your reason for Okada not to be?
but in which part of the world that would you go that?
Isn't moto a part? Isn't moto meant for transport
is.
purposes?
It's
it is meant
listen,
for transport purposes.
Okada is becoming big in the capital because it is the capital. The same
Yes.
reason
Have you seen
this-
Nigeria?
we
Have you seen Nigeria?
Well, yes, I have.
Okada, I think we borrowed that thing from them because they use Okada more in transporting people, but in Abuja, you don't do that.
good. If one reason that I also heard from someone is
So
that
that's why I'm saying that if they can do it in the northern region, it shouldn't be in the capital.
Okada, I also heard that Okada is going to take us back, like back in terms of development.
Right.
And that reason would be okay with me. But saying because it is the capital, I don't think that that's a good enough reason for us not to regularize it. Now, with concern of accidents, let's say I'm the one picking up the Okada, I'm the one paying you.
Right.
So if you are speeding, I can tell you slow down. If
Then,
it's
then,
if
then
it's
why have we experienced accidents? Why have we had accidents? Why is it that we've had many people have accidents?
and that's what it's been said that if we are to do much education,
It will not work. In this country, it is not going to work. It is better we leave the Okada thing to lie like that. Already, the people are using it. Where comes the legalization issue?
okay.
Well,
And
somewhere in 2018, there was an article on Premium Times Nigeria saying that ban on Okada tricycles and in Abuja still in force, according to the police. And on 19th March 2020, from the Punch newspapers in Nigeria, same way they say Abuja motorists back Okada ban, police begin enforcement. So this is a country where we borrowed it from, and we are looking. They are looking at banning it for a period of 3 years now. They are still enforcing
And I
it.
think in Abuja,
in Nigeria, it's not every part that Okada has been.
Right. This is
But
in
then
Abuja.
in Abuja in particular, it was
banned.
banned because of crime. A
Right.
lot of crime
Right.
were done by these motorists.
Right.
That was why
Right.
I remember BBC did an event in
A cover,
Nigeria,
right.
and he had a lot of panelists. And this is one of the concerns that the people who came raised.
It's the same thing with Ghana. So please, I think
With regards to crime, I don't believe we have a lot of crime coming up in our country or in the capital.
you know the number of crimes that
Now,
Motor-related,
now,
I'm
now,
talking
now,
about
let's
motor-related.
look at this concept too. So there is this franchise in Nigeria called Max Okada. Now, apparently, they offer a safe way to move around Lagos, Nigeria, conveniently on a motorcycle ride with a tap of a button, just like what we popularly call in Ghana Uber or Bolt, right? So, if they are trying to make it much more safer by making it into an app where you have somebody accountable, because I know with Uber and Bolt, the moment I hop in an Uber ride, Uber is accountable for whatever happens to me. The only thing that they are not responsible for probably is me not being able to safeguard something I'm holding, and I even leave it. And even if I leave something in the car, I would get it back, right? So don't you think that in a way, because take a look at the number of people who are in the Okada business now in Ghana. Take a look at the people from the capital to the northern region to even Kumasi is now really popular in Kumasi, and also in the Volta region. If we should look at these number of people who are into the Okada business, come to think of it, if Okada is not legalized or there is an enforcement for it to be seriously banned and police is really serious, then we are going to have a lot of people who are going to be jobless. Right. If everybody, just like the way you were saying that Dr. Baumia said, they are going to be making vehicles accessible to everybody, do we have the road systems to
That is not a solution.
Then we shouldn't be talking about. Then Okada is also not a solution.
Okada is a
No,
solution.
you see, the Okada is not a solution. The thing is that this debate has come because of the fact that MPP, NDC, or NDC brought this idea. John Mahama
No. This debate has been with us. It has been with us.
You hold on. I'm saying that because see, we are not politicians. Do you understand what I'm saying? We are not politicians. We shouldn't be talking like politicians. We have to look at a holistic view of the whole thing. We have to look at what is going to help the country.
Right.
And we are saying that legalizing Okada, it is not going to see, in as much as it is going to create employment or whatever of those things, that's not the way to go. Why is it that the country is not going to look at better options rather than Okada?
What if Okada is institutionalized? Let's say you don't have individuals using their own Okada bar. It's a company.
Right.
Let's say Radio Guy owns a chain of Okada vehicles.
Right.
Radio Ghana is
As
responsible.
what? Dispatch, right? Or
No.
I don't get
Not
it.
as this part. Just like we have taxis,
Right.
which are
See,
we have,
don't have to-
Okay, so if you are listening to us on our Facebook Live, remember to like our video and share it and leave your comments down below. We are currently discussing the ban of Okada, or the what Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia is saying on it currently. So leave your comments down below. Big shout out to Nana Apia, who is listening from Teachman. He says he's listening live from Teachman. Thank you so much for tuning in, and also remember to share our video. Beatrice Bonnie JC, thank you so much for tuning in. A very good friend of mine, way back from senior high school. Thank you so much for tuning in same way. So share our video, write a comment down below, and leave us a like or a love, and definitely we will appreciate. We will really, really appreciate that. So Evans, you were saying.
So I am saying that as a country,
Right.
this is a failure even on our part.
Right.
That government will come and lie to the youth and say that this will create employment, this will do that. Why haven't we industrialized our economy? Agriculture is there. Why are we not looking at this?
It's not a lie. It's not a lie if the
No,
government
you
says
see,
it's going
if
to.
people
you
have
know,
jobs, they wouldn't be talking about
I
It's going to
think,
create employment.
I
It's not
think,
a lie.
I think,
employment.
People,
I think-
so the people using Okada
I
right
think
now are not
Ghanaians, I think
Is it a
Ghanaians
better
have had.
employment?
I think the reason why Okada is really dominant, is getting really dominant,
It will
is
get out of hand.
is
No,
is
the thing
reason
out
is
now.
that it is because I think Ghanaians are tired on waiting for the government to give them a job.
Mm. Mm.
Ghanaians are tired of political parties making promises as to we are going to industrialize and it is going to create jobs, it's going to, and these jobs are not even sustainable. Now NAPCO, that was a good initiative by the NPP government that I really applauded them for. I have heard that they are going to be they're supposed to sign out for a new batch of people to come in.
yeah.
So I asked these people that are now going to enroll out of NAPCO,
They are going home.
what are they going to do?
They are going home.
So if somebody has saved about 5,000 Ghana cedis, and
Go and buy a motorbike.
yes,
That's
But seriously,
it's a good investment.
So you see,
in my part, I believe it's a good investment.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's a failure. Like this sustainable job that we are talking about, we have to let government. We need to put pressure on government to do the needful, not to be here and be talking about Okada.
do you think that
we have
do you
family
think
members who are-
do you
who are
think
outside
do you
the
think government even feels that pressure?
No,
Because me when it's also what for my dream,
no. The
they are
government,
just doing whatever they
I
want to
always
do.
say the government does not know you. The government does not care about you.
Right,
The only reason the government will build a road for you is because you would vote for them.
right.
And it's because see recently
But-
because of elections we could see that a lot of projects. I have been saying that Charlie, I wish every week is an election week. Every week I wish we hold elections.
Now,
Even streets like right now, they are fixing streets like-
what you are failing to understand is cutting salt to start project and not it's not the finishing of the project. We have seen lots of salt cuttings for chiefs compounds, for hospitals, for schools, for this, and another government comes in and they abandon it. Or even if they do this during election year, we see them coming out of an election year, and we don't see anything like that. There are a lot of salt cuttings that have gone on for a lot of projects, and these projects have not even started. Those that have been started, they've been left redundant. So if you are saying that every week there is a project going on, no, I personally don't want to see salt cuttings. Salt cutting is just a short ceremony. That's a pickaxe. I come from yes, that's say yeah, this is a trap, but say I don't want to see that. I would rather love to them cutting swords for finished project. Yes, we are not. They don't have to open the project. They have to finish it. If you open the project, then that means they are opening it to start. I want to see the finishing of it. I don't want to see the shortcutting of it. So I think Ghanaians personally are really tired of failed promises. That is the reason why they are taking things into their own hands. And come to think of it, if I have saved 5,000 Ghana cedis and I want to venture into a business and I know I can ride Okada, definitely I will do that.
I'm
The
looking
reason
at-
being that I am not going to get into a business whereby that money is going to fill me.
Exactly.
You understand? So
Exactly.
sometimes we have to come to the level. We have to just come down to the level of the very lame Ghanaian. The lame Ghanaian who is out there, who is living hand to mouth. Okay,
No,
wait,
but
because
Okada job is hand to mouth job.
It's not.
really,
It's not.
I know
If-
somebody.
if-
I know somebody. I know somebody who
If Okada
owns.
is hand to job, then taxis
are also hand to job.
because they own the transportation business.
Or is it because the car is big?
It's not like that.
Oh, taxi driver was sorry and upon the cake, a chin chrome, you know, on your passenger back. Well, I have seen that thing. I have seen that thing, and also I have also experienced that. I've seen people who have chains of, I would say, a number of Okada motorbikes, and it's really working.
I've seen it.
Now, Kinsley, Kinley says that the sword cutting. The sword cutting is a scam. The sword cutting thing is a scam. And also Deborah Hammond Prince Miyama Soriba is listening live from the UK. And UK is United Kaswa. All right. So we have Comerica now. So we living in Kaswa too. We are saying yes, we are in the UK. We are in United Kaswa. Thank you so much for tuning in, Kingsley and Deborah Hammond. We are talking about Okada, whether it is going to be legalized, whether it's right to be legalized, whether it is the right thing for Ghanaians to do. I personally am talking on behalf of the very lame Ghanaian who is out there. I'm not talking for somebody who is sitting in an office, air-conditioned office. I'm talking for the people that I meet every morning when I come to work. People wake up in the morning to step out sometimes to work, to go back home and give money to their children, to take breakfast. So if we as journalists are going to be representing the people, I believe these are the people that we should represent. So
Yes, but in representing the people,
right.
we actually fight for the best for them.
Right.
Not for mediocre stuff. I am saying even Okada is a hand to mouth job. This is not. It is something that even puts your own life at risk.
Cars also put our own lives at risk.
No.
Okada is much more risky. I mean, risky, very risky. Than
Same as somebody who is sitting in a car without a seatbelt.
that one is different.
What makes it different?
A car is different.
No, what makes it different?
I have seen somebody on an Okada,
Right.
and the person tries to bypass a 40-footer container.
Right.
That vehicle.
Yeah.
And then you see that those trucks have some kind of ties or something. That ties.
Okoshare say.
No, that thing held the person. After so we check the Sony,
Right.
and he need to form like the car pass.
So when regulating Okada, we could wait. We could prescribe an attire for them, a jacket, a well-fitted jacket. Listen, we are not trying to. I am in this country. Listen. I am in this country. The reason being that I have come to understand that even if we should give Ghana 100 years, we are never going to be like America.
We are not fighting to be
Wait.
like America.
We are never going to. We are not. We deserve the best,
Yes.
but it takes time. The fact that something is minimum doesn't mean the fact that something is minimum. The fact that something is minimum doesn't mean we can't make the best out of it. No, you have to also understand that there is a high illiteracy rate in Ghana. We now have policies like free education and free SHS and all that is trying to curb illiteracy in Ghana. But come to think of it, we have people who are above 25 who are between working ages that are illiterate, that they can't get a white collar job.
It's not about white.
No, wait! They can't get a white collar job. They can't even afford to read. They can't even afford to go to a driving school if he wants to be a driver. Because road signs, they can't own him kind. No! Okay. So it looks like.
I believe we should have a very good look at the Okada business.
Right.
Because
I also believe so.
Otherwise, we would say it's illegal.
we are not saying that
No, I'm
we
just
should
talk-
take it off, or Okada is this, or we should allow them to move by just like the way they are moving now. I have a problem with the way they are moving now because I see them flouting traffic rules and all that. And I was on an Okada one day, and we passed through the toll booth. I think my first time on Okada through the toll booth, and I was like, you didn't pay to wait. You didn't pay to, and they're like, oh, Okada don't pay to. We go to a traffic light. The traffic was red. He looked here, looked there. There wasn't any car coming. He looked. I was like, so why didn't you wait for the traffic light? He was like, oh, Okada don't observe traffic light rules. And you see, I do get them. But if we are going to legalize it with laws governing it, I think they would be really grateful if we have laws governing it that Okada business is now legalized, this thing, whatever. These are some of the rules that we can now start to arrest these people when they flout these rules and these laws. Kingsley inside Takrady, what?
Because it's illegal now and they are doing it.
Right.
Otherwise it will become just like
Right.
prostitution.
Kingsley inside Takrady says that this Okada thing won't solve the problem. But the problem here is for the government to improve the transport system in Ghana. They say they say the system must work. They say the system must work, yet when the traffic light turns red, you will see the Okada driver ignoring it. Fafa, the laws won't work. Well, thank you so much. And you can also send in your message by just clicking on our right comment section on our live, and you can leave your comments down below. Then don't forget to click the share so that you can share our video for other people to also tune in same way. This is the Rise Up Morning Show, and ongoing is our newspaper review. Now let's take a pause on the daily graphic and let's get into the daily guide as Black Sugar takes us through.
Okay, so with the daily guide this morning, on the front page, we have a story which is very disturbing. Now it reads, policeman grabbed for robbery. And this is a very sad story. It goes along length to tell how much our police system is failing us.
Just like the way this week we're talking about how our security systems have failed us in Ghana, and somebody has been fighting me that I said if you own properties or you own valuables, get a gun and legalize it. Get a gun and register it, license it, license it, get the right training. Somebody is still fighting me over that, for me for saying that. And this, the wake of it all is a policeman has been arrested for robbery.
And also we also have Nana building 98 bungalows for judges. Another story also on the front page is Dr. Anya wins Pioneer Award. We also have the delegate from Mali going to visit our former president Jerry John
Rawlings.
Yeah, and I think he has experience.
Right. It was quite funny when I saw. I was like, hey, as a nipa boninia or two before. You understand? But well, I'm not saying Rawlings is nipa bonini, but then he has an experience in it, and of course, Rawlings has been a really huge advocate of democracy, despite the fact that he has a background of coup. And well, we will look at details of that also. So
we also have on the it reads Mali Poops meet Rawlings, and then we also have NDC punches MPP in Ashanti.
Right.
Flipping through the pages, we have let me look at this story. Let's emphasize online proof testing, proofreading, online proofreading. We also have another story. I think this on the international front. UAE and Bahrain signed historic accords with Israel. This is an interesting story. I think it's been on the international front for a
long time now.
We also have another story reading, former Catholic head jailed for corruption. This is one of the issues that has plagued the sports industry for
some time
now.
Right.
And then we also have another story reading 54 new COVID-19 cases recorded. This is a story that I've already touched on. And it looks like the vice president is really, really working hard for his party to win this year's election. We have a story reading VIP inaugurates new WR House of Chiefs. Mahama, another story also reads, Mahama can't be trusted. Asenso Boachi cautions. Then on the entertainment front, we have Mr. Easy opens up on Major Lee, Nicki Minaj, and K4Mo. Another story here is Cardi B.
Cardi B seeking divorce.
Yeah, seeking divorce
from Offset.
Yeah, from Offset.
Marriage that is 3-year-old, and they have a beautiful daughter together. And
another sad story here. Juliana Hitmaker K2 dies of ulcer, and I've not. This is my first time hearing someone dying of ulcer.
Yeah, ulcer. It kills. Ulcer kills, especially when you have no idea. You do have it, because with ulcer, they do have certain foods you are not supposed to eat if it is stomach ulcer. Certain foods, highly acidic foods and all that. So if you don't know, that it kills. It really kills.
Okay, we also have the vice president still working very hard.
Right.
So VIP opens 56.7 million liquid bulk terminal. This is a story that has been this week. It's been in the news already that he's working on a terminal in Takoradi Harbour.
Right.
And then also, we also have government convert depositors' bond to cash. And again, we have, let me see what this story says. Bambros protest illegal cement factory construction near concession. Let's see. I think that's just about it for major stories. Okay, let me read this very last one.
Okay.
VRA engineers dispatched to flood areas. So that's going to be my last story from the Daily Guide.
Okay, so with the Chronicle, the true independent paper, the Chronicle, they call. I realized this morning in the paper. It says Umkonto Wesizwe. Yes, meaning spear of the nation. This is the volume 29 of it. And on the front page, we have Rawlings advises Mali coup makers. Says Western powers have hung multi-party democracy around our necks. And also, we have kidney patient struggles to write BC 98 court bungalows for 16 regions, and we see a picture of President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo with some pictures at the upper right corner of the Daily Graphic. And let's get into the big story on the front page. This one is a former president of Ghana, Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings, has advised the ruling Malian military junta led by Colonel Assimi Goïta to empower and encourage their citizens to own their political climate and to improve on the quality of democracy that the Western powers have hung around our necks. Now, according to the former president, who also once led the country as a young military officer through coup, is saying it is unfortunate that the world is being forced into multi-party democracy with corruption and violence. Rather than other forms of democratic practices with none or minimal corruption. Now, the former president made a call when Colonel Goïta, leader of the National Committee for the Salvation of the People of Mali, and 3 others paid a courtesy call on him on Tuesday. Now, the group was in Ghana to partake in an extraordinary consultative meeting of the leaders of the Economic Community of West African States, the ECOWAS, held at Peduase yesterday. Amazingly, the military junta apparently pushed through a charter on Saturday, September 12th, that stated that the interim president could be either a civilian or a soldier, but did not indicate when the new government will be formed. So it looks like Rollins, from these things that he said, I can denote out of it that he still doesn't really believe in multi-party democracy, because he said that we have been it has been forced around our necks. The Western world has forced the multi-party democracy onto, yes, and it's without progress. And apparently, it looks like he still has. Well, once a military man, always a military man. So it looks like he still has that thing of good leadership. And as I was saying the last time, that there is no good leadership without a little bit of strength, a little bit of, I used the particular word for it. I forgot it. I mean, if we are looking at getting sustainable development, sometimes you have to go the hard way. When people, this is a result of where the government becomes just a ceremonial head or a formality, where State of Nation addresses, where things that are supposed to be for the people become mere formalities just to win elections. Because I think for Ghana personally, we have gone beyond that. We have gone beyond a probability of a coup d'etat. We have gone beyond that.
Have we?
Yes, we've gone beyond that. You see, to talk of that, I don't think it's something that can happen in Ghana again. I don't think so. But I think our government and the people that come to rule us should do their things well. We are not encouraging anybody to do that. I don't think it will happen in Ghana.
Right.
But I mean, in most African countries, in some African countries,
Don't say you ever think, because if it gets to a point where the people are feeling the heat, they will. And the military,
These kind of things happens when you least expect.
yes, and these kind of things are things that never warns you. There is no warning that comes to it. Unlike the fact that if people with democracy, if people are not really feeling your government, they can call for an impeachment, whereby it will be taken to parliament and it will be debated on. It's on like that. I mean, it's on like that. It's just a day. The next thing you realize, all media platforms are streaming. They hijack all media platforms, and they are in control of everything. So if people are really feel, I personally believe Ghana has gone beyond that, because in as much as it's not as if Ghana is or every Ghanaian is okay with our economic progress. I mean, we do have people who do have problems with it, and people who are suffering. But I feel Ghanaians were specially created with this peaceful attitude that manenko.
Yeah, but I'm asking the question that whether we've really gone past it because of quite recently the vigilante systems coming out. These are the same kind of radical things that lead to such actions.
Well, political party leaders this year. Political parties. Yes, now this political parties, and we have seen political parties that have been called upon to dissolve these vigilante groups. Somewhere last week, it was in the papers that they should dissolve their vigilante groups.
There is a law that has banned vigilantes.
Okay. So now let's talk about this Mali coup makers. Now, they were given a couple of sanctions that they will be taking out decision making of the ECOWAS, according to the chairman of who is the president of our country. And there was also another sanction of closed borders of them, and they are not going to benefit from any financial help and support whatsoever from the ECOWAS if the need arises. Now, do you think that these coup makers are ready to hand over power to a civilian.
Well, they have said they want it to be in a transitional form.
Right.
Where they are going to be in power for a certain time, and then they leave for the reason why they did this, because they feel the president that they overthrew has mismanaged things,
Mm.
and then they want to actually bring things together.
Mm.
I think with time they are going to make way for a new government to be formed and then take over the ruling of Mali. It's not a good thing to do that, but I think it is not also good for leaders to mismanage things like we have been seeing in Mali. I mean, a whole lot of things happen with Boubacar Keita.
Right.
So I think with time, because they said they should give them time, and then they will actually give way for a new government to be formed.
Now, let's look at some of the sanctions that was actually given to some of the sanctions that was actually given to them. Now, on Monday at the Pediase Lodge, they say in a week's time, the mediator will go to Bamako. The mediator, who happens to be Goodluck Jonathan, will go to Bamako to see the state of affairs. By the time he gets there, these things would have been completed so that the sanctions can be lifted. And we are talking in days, not weeks. The chairman of the ECOWAS, President Nana Akufo-Addo, told the press Monday after the meeting. Now, the meeting was quite a necessary one, and it was also the very first assignment of the president ever since he became the chairman of the ECOWAS. Now, these coup makers were looking at a period of 12 to 24 months, and just like the way you said, they wanted it to be a transitional thing. So, Abubakar Keita, the ECOWAS imposed economic sanctions on Mali after the overthrow of President Ibrahim Boubacar Keita on August 18th, and gave September 15th as the deadline for a new president to be appointed. That was yesterday. So, as our president said, who is the ECOWAS chairman, let's see if we are going to be seeing progress in Mali within days and not weeks, just like the way he said. But now let's look at the role of coup d'etat in the development of African countries. Now, we have seen a number of African countries that have gone through coup d'etat. Ghana is an example. At least we can. It was really the whole idea of coup d'etat. Really, I think enthusiasms you. I mean, you're really enthusiastic about it. It makes me feel as if you are planning a coup d'etat anyway. But then it was just by the way. But then let's look at the role of coup d'etat in the development. Do you think coup d'etat or coup makers really do have the development of these nations that they do take over? They do have the development of the countries at heart.
If they do not, I don't think they will do that, because why do people do that? They do that because of mismanagement, because there is corruption on the rise, presidents or leaders mismanaging the economy of the country. And if the people are not seeing any progress, that is when they do that. It means they have the development of the country at heart. They want things to be done well. That is why they do that. It is
not things to be done their way.
Yes. But then
there is a difference between things being done your way and things being done well.
They want things done well.
Right.
If it is their way and they want things to be done well, and that is their way, I mean, fine, you get it. But like I said, for coup, it is not even something that we should be talking about, because when coup happens in countries, you hear of many fatalities. People lose their lives as a result of coup and all that. Because when that happens, it has to be a clash between people back and forth and all these things. It's not something that we have to be talking about. It's just unfortunate that African countries, it looks like
it's
becoming
one
African countries that have been experiencing.
No. I think quite recently Turkey also had something like but it didn't.
Lead to
It wasn't.
peaceful one.
No, it didn't. They were not able to seize charge of power.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Succeed.
Yeah.
Now, away from the country, now there is the story in the Chronicle on page 3 says a national unemployment insurance scheme on course. Now, the Minister of Employment and Labor Relations, Mr. Ignatius Bafo-Iwa, has disclosed that the government has set apart a tripartite technical committee to come out with the modalities for the implementation of the National Unemployment Insurance Scheme. Now, the National Unemployment Insurance Scheme is intended to serve as a security for formal sector workers who are likely to lose their job as a result of economic occurrences. Now, it will be recalled that President Nana Akufo-Addo announced the introduction of the scheme during his 14th televised broadcast to the nation, Ghana's enhanced response to the COVID-19 pandemic on Sunday, July 26th. Now, speaking at the Meet the Press conference at the Information Ministry in Accra yesterday, Mr. Bafo-Iwa said the NUIS will, when operational, focus on providing direct income support to workers who lose their jobs or suffer pay cuts in event of social or economic shocks when it comes to when it becomes operational. And let's look at this scheme. That is a National Unemployment Insurance Scheme. So basically, what it means is that if you are a formal sector worker, instead of you being if there is an economic hit, a social hit that affects job, you are still going to be benefiting, you are still going to be paid. That is what it basically means. You are still going to be paid even if you should lose your job, if something should happen. For instance, we all see the effect of COVID-19 on us. We also see how people especially from the private sector are complaining about how much there has been pay cut, how much salaries are not flowing anymore, and we see business owners also saying that they can't pay people whilst business is not in progress. So with this particular National Unemployment Insurance Scheme, do you think, let me come to Black Sugar first, do you think it can really help or try to cushion us a little bit?
Yeah, it will.
Now, this is the first of it that we are seeing, COVID-19, and people say that we never thought that COVID-19 could actually affect us this much.
I think this Israel is even doing something like this.
Right.
They are giving out money to people.
Do you think Ghana is financially stable with all our development that is being retarded, with infrastructure? I know people, sometimes I do think about this and I feel like there are people in this country that don't have potable drinking water.
Come to my area.
I mean, I said potable drinking water.
Yes, you come to my area.
Ablekuma?
What? No.
John Tay.
When you get to Barrier.
Yes. Yes.
Down
Yes.
there,
Yes.
that's where I am. Even that place, there is no pipe going water.
Right.
That area.
Mm.
All the houses over there have well.
Right.
In their homes, and that is their source of water.
Well, it is also said that, Charlie, you have to eat before you can think about other things like that. So,
See, I was telling you, see, in Ghana, yes,
So that means
if people are they don't have food on the table,
right.
how much more are they going to think about roads and electricity and
as for Ghanaians, when we get food to eat, we stop thinking.
Okay, so
When we are starving, then
So
we start
for
thinking.
me, I believe
a big
good.
shout out to Sifa Mina, who apparently I was in JHS with her. She's tuned in on Facebook. She's logged on our Facebook Live. Thank you, Sifa Mina. I know her to be Mary. Mary Sifa. She's tuned in, watching us live on Facebook, and also to my own Chocho Muncho, Christopher Mensah, who is also a very good buddy of mine. Is also listening, and he said that democracy is not good for Africans. Democracy it's not good
about
for
touching on that.
Africans. Well,
But you, there's a story
right,
that I would like for us to touch.
right.
A BEC student not being able to
Write because
I think it speaks
a kidney
yeah,
patient.
it speaks on our health. Like,
Right. Now, I think right. We have done a lot of politics. We have done a lot of developmental stories, and we always forget that health first. Your health is your wealth.
Two stories here that we have to.
Okay, so let's let Evans get into his two stories. Then we can wrap up in the next 7 minutes and make way for sports.
Wow.
Yes.
I have these two stories.
Right.
I want to do them quickly.
Right.
It's two horrific accidents claim 24 lives in 2 days. So there are two horrific accidents in the eastern and central regions have claimed the lives of 24 people in 2 days. So far, 17 deaths have been recorded in the first of the accidents, which occurred at Chichire in the eastern region on the Accra-Kumasi Highway last Tuesday, September 15th. In the second accident, which happened at Gumwa Adam, near Gumwa and Tiaze on the Kaswa Cape Coast Highway in the central region yesterday, 6 people lost their lives. Meanwhile, latest information reaching the Daily Graphic indicates that one more person, a male, involved in the second accident had also died of his injuries, bringing the total number of deaths to 7. So, I mean, that's a story.
Now, yesterday it was really emotional for me as already on the Kumasi Aqua Highway there has been an accident that has taken the lives of people, and in as much as that we see accidents in even the most developed countries, the cause for accident in Ghana is so bizarre. The causes of accidents in Ghana is so bizarre, and it all boils down to one thing about road systems. Our road systems. It all boils down to one thing: our road systems. We have major roads leading to 4, 5 regions, and we have just one road, that one-way road, not even a 2-tier road. It's a narrow. I always call it a single road. A single road that has been used as a 2-tier road. It's only some part of it that you get, and it's like 4-tier or 3-tier. At Nkoko, I mean, from Nkoko area, then you see a 4-tier road. And I don't know, but Evans, give us your take on that. Give us your take on that.
Accidents are claiming lives in Ghana so much that I think we have closed our eyes on it.
Right.
I think per the World Health Organization, their statistics that they done, I think road accidents is number 9 as to the cause of death in Ghana,
Right.
which is very alarming. Apart from HIV and malaria and all these things, road accidents is also taking our lives. Now, in 2018, the statistics that came out, NTTV, we had 2,020 people dying.
Just that year.
Yes, in 2018 alone. 2018,
Right.
we had
Wow.
2,020 people
In Ghana,
dying through road accidents.
accidents.
And in 2019, we had 2,284. Means we even had increase.
Right.
There was an increase of about 264 people. You see, and this is something that we talk and we blame politicians for it.
Right.
And somebody will say, why are you blaming politicians for accidents? The
Right.
driver was sleeping. The driver
Right.
was doing this,
Right.
The driver was doing that.
Right.
Look, why don't we have dual carriage roads? What is wrong with
Yes.
us? Now, assuming even if the driver was sleeping,
Right.
and it is a dual carriage road, about 3 lanes here, 3 lanes over there, and the driver is sleeping, probably
He can just veer off.
it will not go and collide with another car, which is going to cause so many deaths. Even if somebody is going to die in that car, it is probably going to be, let's say, 2 or 3.
Now, apart from the death that we always talk about, we never talk about the after effects, the trauma that people who are involved in accidents go through. I was involved in an accident 6-7 years ago. It was I wouldn't say it was a major accident. The taxi veered off the road and fell in a ditch.
Wow.
At the side, and there was water and it was slowly sinking, and I was sitting in the front seat with the driver. There wasn't any physical, there was just minor bruises, but the aftermath of it was so, it was too much. It was too much for me. It was too much for me. It was, apart from the body pain, I was traumatized. I was having PTSD after that, and I realized that we underestimate accidents.
No, we don't take certain things serious.
Right.
Road infrastructure, these are basic things that we need as a country.
Okay.
I have been saying that we are failed. And why is it that we are not going back to start all over again to do the needful, to tackle the basic things like roads, like housing, like water, like electricity, and all that. When you go to the northern part of Ghana, people drink water that cows and other this one also
Drink.
Then,
Yes.
no, this is a clear indication of
How
failure
much we failed.
on our part. So I think that from Accra to Kumasi, dual carriage road. From Accra to the Accra Cape Coast road is very dangerous.
Especially
very,
when
very
you are descending
you-
from Winneba.
After Winneba, or
Oh
from
my
Kaswa
God.
to Winneba, and
Oh
from
my
Winneba
God.
to Cape Coast to Takoradi,
And amazingly, that is the only road that leads to Cape Coast. That is the only road that leads to, I think, outside the country somewhere, Axim area there,
Yeah.
to a Lubo, Takrade, Lubo area there, that around that area. That is the only road. That is the only road. And I hear the politicians saying Cape Coast is going to get an airport, and they're like, hey, even the minimum, how many people will be able to afford plane tickets? How many people will be able to afford plane tickets? Now, come to think of it, the whole thing is, I always say that the fact that we have the minimum doesn't mean that we can't make the best out of the minimum we do have. I will always talk for people who are the lame Ghanaians, because I don't have a car. I don't have a car.
So you pick trotro.
I pick
We all
Trotro,
use
I
leg-
pick
leg
Uber,
bends. Yeah.
I pick taxi, and I even do pick Okada sometimes. I am. Which one is the? Yes, of course. So we walk.
We walk.
You see. So if I am talking, or if I am going to represent the people, we are going to represent the people that we find ourselves with now. You understand? If I am going to be traveling from Accra to Cape Coast, right? How many people will be able to afford plane ticket? That is, if so, why don't we invest in our road system?
It's
I
very
know
sad.
in America, people drive from another state to another state. My dad will tell you,
They
it's
do.
easy. They drive. Yes,
They do.
They do drive from another state to another state.
They even drive from
make it
people drive
from
from
another
Mexico.
country to
Yeah.
US.
I
Because
mean,
the roads are good, because you can have a good time, because you are safe.
with even the road system that we've been talking about, like, I think yesterday we did make mention of why not venturing into other sorts of transportation,
Like train.
like train.
Right.
Currently, there is no train running in that country.
This
I think
is
they
a
started the
shame.
Tema Accra.
It's not working.
It's not working anymore.
Is it working? It's not working.
And
Oh,
I think
it's not working.
Let me find out.
I don't know.
Let me find out as we go on
And
that.
even with the plane thing that I think our politicians have been so good with in marketing. We call it catchphrases,
Sugar coated words.
Yes.
And that is what Ghanaians like.
saying something that resonates with the people, and then using that as a means of capturing power, and then leaving them abandoned. So with the roads, this is one major part of our livelihood that is abandoned totally.
What is the essence of living if you want to travel somewhere and then you are even scared? You don't know whether you are traveling to Kumasi and you will get there safely or not.
With that part of the world or in our country, things are done when you make noise about it. When you cry your pain out. And with the road, we've been crying our pain out for so long, and yet still we don't see much done. And I don't know why it still stays the same. I don't know why. Because we've been doing this so very well. Each road that is built has to be cried over by the people for a very long time before it's done. Even if it's done.
According to the Ghana Railway Corporation, very little of the railway network remains in operation. Accra to Tema, Accra to Kotoku, Awaya, Awaso, Awaso to not Ayawaso, Awaso to Dunkwa, and south to Takwade are the only parts.
Is it true?
That are known to be in operation.
Is it this is not true? I don't think so.
Well,
where does the train pass? Me, my house, where it is, that the railway line is there. So I should hear train passing. I don't hear anything.
When you wake up in the morning, you don't even see train marks on the railway.
When you sleep at dawn, you hear the horns and other things tooting and all that. We don't hear it again.
Yeah, I'm not
so
sure.
why? The train is not working.
Well, it's true. It's true.
If the thing is not working,
but come to think of it, building trains are also very expensive.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Do you know how much?
It doesn't matter.
It
doesn't matter. The thing is, are we looking at the expense of it, or are we looking at how much is going to be affordable and safer? If my safety, if the government calls my safety as expensive, then I think I'm in the wrong country.
And I don't think we lack the expertise. I think somewhere
we have people who are studying automobile engineering.
Someone 2017, there is this Ghanaian who live outside, and he's very good in He's done railway lines for the States, people in the States, China. He's very good in fiber optics.
Right.
Yeah, I've forgotten his name.
Likewise, and he came into the country trying to push this agenda, but to no avail.
Okay, so Christopher Mensam on Facebook says we are good at copying other people for their policies and programs, but we don't have the blueprint. That is from Christopher Mensam on Facebook. Don't forget that you can share your thoughts with us same way. Don't forget to share and like our video. We are still on, and let me wrap up with the Chronicle. The Chronicle here on page 6. Nigeria will get justice for its citizens in Ghana. I'll touch on it. I'll come to that. So Nigeria will get justice for its citizens in Ghana, according to Vic Osibanjo. This is as a result of Nigerians being bullied in Ghana for owning businesses here, and also to the story that you want us to dive in. Owusu Bismarck, a 16-year-old junior high school, a junior high school 3 students writing its exams in Seshi Juaboso district of the Western North region, who is battling with a kidney problem, is appealing for help to enable him to continue with his education. Now, also Bismarck, who spoke in an exclusive interview with the Chronicle, says due to his health condition, he finds it extremely difficult to read the examination papers. Now, even the coronavirus in some way has helped me, according to him, has helped me to go in and out for my routine checkup and also get enough time to study in the house. I can't see well on the paper when I'm reading the questions. I find it extremely difficult to see the words he bemoaned. It was very sad to see schoolmates of Owusu Bismarck leaving him behind in the examination when going for break to prepare for the second paper on Monday morning. Sad. Well,
I don't know. as much as hospitals and health facilities are being built, it looks like diseases keep plaguing us.
Right.
And kidney, I think that this he's too young to be suffering from a kidney problem.
Well, some of these children who do suffer from kidney, some of these children that do suffer from kidney problems as a result of sometimes birth defect, and
Well, kidney is more often due to the fact that you've overworked your kidneys with
it could be a birth defect. Now, the cause for his kidney disease has not been stated. The only thing is he's asking for help.
I wish it has been. I wish it, because kidney cases keep rising
Yes.
in our country, and I think just last year I even lost a mate due to a very young, 24 years old.
Wow.
24 years old due to this, and that's the reason why I wanted us to. I think time is not going to permit us, but it really goes a long way to tell us that we should take care of our health. I mean, you should watch the food that you are eating, because once you have a kidney problem and you get on the dialysis, it's not sustainable. The dialysis is not sustainable.
It's even expensive.
It's too much. The cost is too much.
Right.
Once you have a kidney problem, I mean, your time is really limited. Even someone with HIV
Yes, of course, has a longer life
than you. So
than you.
we should really pay attention to our health.
Right. So on the middle part, it says free Wi-Fi for second cycle institutions begins in October, according to the Minister of Communication, Esla Owusu Ekufo. That is in the Chronicle. And also to journalists, you are not appendages of politicians. NMC, that is the National Media Communication Chairman, tells journalists. And UNFPA calls for time resource to curb domestic violence. And also to the big one that was making way on social media yesterday, Nigerian billionaire Femi Otedela. Nigerian billionaire takes his children for shopping and buys each of them Ferrari.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I think I saw 3.
yes,
Yeah,
and they are customized. And Mr. Easy happens to be dating one of the daughters.
Money sweet.
Charlie. It was kind. Remember, before work hard.
Oh, Charlie, God bless man.
Before work hard. Unti mean tre sikeni se nobedi ni sika. Na se o papa so sika e de. E o papa bi o mu sika na so mo ma obi. Eno enye de. But we die e de. It's a good one. I was really excited, and if you should grab a copy of it, you can log on to social media and visit the DJ Coppers page. You see them standing by their cars and each in their favorite car. God damn it.
No, but these people they are very rich.
Oh yeah, tell me. Is Femi Otodela? He's a Nigerian billionaire. Like,
I think he sometimes asked the daughter. Kapi said she was going to eat ice cream.
Right.
And then they flew
right.
to Italy just to go and buy ice cream.
Right.
And then they came back to Nigeria.
But I believe Nigeria is like the India of Africa.
Right.
Like, they have extremely rich people.
Right,
they
and
have
extremely poor people. Yes. Yes.
It's funny.
But Femi Otodela is
Anyway, it is his money. So
is just 57 years old. Wow.
I'm inspired.
Yeah.
You'll be rich.
He's just 57 years old, and one thing I really do like about him is he's really generous also. He has done a lot of philanthropic works, and it doesn't mean that the fact that I'm doing philanthropic work doesn't mean my children shouldn't actually enjoy. And
You'll be rich by
that is also what's trending. And another one in international news is Barbados.
Oh, I think I heard that one yesterday.
They are to remove Queen Elizabeth as their head
See, these
of
people
state. They
like-
are fighting for some sort of independence, I should believe.
They say
Barbados
they
has
UK should
announced
leave Ghana.
has announced its intention to remove Queen Elizabeth as its head of state and become a republic. At least we are a republic. They are not a republic, so they are now fighting to become a republic. Now, on politics, Ablekuma West NPP supporters build momentum for victory. The campaign team of the ruling New Patriotic Party in the Ablekuma West constituency is working around the clock to whip up a massive vote in the coming December 7th general elections for the Elephant Totem Party, the MPP. Now, apparently, Esla Ekufu, also Ekufu, joined them, and they said that they will win the elections by a 70% vote difference. Politics for you. So Zongo Development Fund has this NDC, according to CEO. And finally, there is a feature. There is a feature by Common Sense with Daniel Dugan, says the church is under attack as demonic souls have started taking control. So if you have a chance to log on to the chronicle.com or to grab one, you can read that story exclusively. And of course, at the back of it is sports, and we'll leave it for Davy Prince to take us through, so we can wrap up for the newspaper review. Up next is sports, but don't forget that we are still live on our Facebook page and also on Twitter, on YouTube. We are also live, and if you happen to pass by our page, leave us a thumbs up, leave us a comment. We love your comment. Share our page, and also let us know you are listening so that we can throw you a big shout out. Stay tuned.
What shall I render to Jehovah? For he has done. What shall I render to Jehovah? Lift your hands. You alone deserve the glory, Jesus. You alone deserve the praise. For the last time, what shall I render? Come on, let him know. Jehovah, for he has done so very. For he has done so very much. He's done so much for you. What shall I render to Jehovah? To Jehovah. Come on, everybody declare. For he has done so very much for me. Come on, everybody, help me celebrate. Drum is free.
a dream, I know they feel bad. God, I wanna give you my love. Come make me try my love. Oh yeah, God, I wanna give you my love. Come make me try my love.
Me not gonna never see you with Yvonne Nelson. Yeah, now I go there, now I go there. See you with the television. Now I go there. Cause you know, say me wanna give you my love. I wanna show you the world. I wanna ride down with you, baby. Give me your money too, baby. I want. Yeah. Baby, carry me go there. Play me like Suleiman Tari. Batiri honey. Nani magaraki no go kill solo. Yeah, no go kill shoko. Happy? Oh, nani magaraki no go kill solo.
God, I wanna give you my love. Come make me try my love. God, I wanna give you my love. Come make me try my love. See the one where I get the original. Now go play you old school like a final. And anything where you say be the final. And you be the cut to my spinal. That's how send be a man can you know go fit to contaminate. Many won't tell me love no behave. God, I wanna give you my love. Come make me try my love.
It's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, look, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions.
Minutes past 9, and sports is up next. And if you're tuned on to our Facebook Live, remember you can leave your comment down below for the rest of the program. And as usual, our greatest man of all time, Davy Prince, is in to bring us sports. Good morning. And I feel feeling different. And then the only a line. Into our share red no. Yada say na imbombo ko de. Ahode wo. Yada nyame ase. Ene ene sports fire ko.
We are for a shamu morning show. Sports update. I'm on any office. Many of the bro. Me did the Prince Bruna. Wait, my friend, me David Prince. I'm on any semi the doors on. You didn't never bro. The account so any the end can so. You better say of France. And draw PSG animate. Ebo boy my PSG. We need one goal. Last minute, 93rd minute, and I've entered Brazil at 2 at the map. PSG just started like one of my first win on when you know. Now Ghanaian player will say I can't add more and John Boy and draw the I can't see Diagro ye palm will be about about say John Boy 33 years and still I want to win multi blaster for me I come some fra branch John Boy no I want the camp FIFA so add in the world rank na ba two draw teams be brave edi ewo Ghana there you shall see baby crowd to crowd Ghana teams are omuda edi na Belgium no mudi kan and France etosumionu Brazil third England fourth Portugal fifth Uruguay 6 and Spain 7 Croatia 8 Argentina 9 and Colombia 10 10 short list 10 omudi abana yede Abraham Amehunu FIFA rank by coronavirus in the football coach say cause any maybe a FIFA go far ranking in the by the or they have two us and a ban your boy right thought and for so ya omugu so many garibo omewi ankasa nyamia ya duma weekend we and I say next week the omo garibo or Tottenham jersey o we see akan e dia mom no man 1 year load scar obey 30 million pounds 30 million pounds and his car garibo yes, you might 1 million pounds per month.
Ana ejube njane bobo.
Hey, go for bobo does pa. The next capital na 34 Erima guy 30 million
pounds any
a year. And next car obey 34. 34 so how Rema de Sergio Regalo omo so omo ewia anti na me aya adom dia enkosi end of this week e call next week dia na abrante ni dia o tu na kan ya ma Tottenham mo betu e dia bom ano power sorry so asem there aba Liverpool for so abrante Thiago Alcantara na oba mo ne ko no mo di Champions League this is where as na eba ni wie Liverpool for any na wie bibia personal mo ni na wie bibia scanning na 27 million pounds. Banta Alcantara come the aton no. Do ba number 6 years ni dom som da to mana. Oba we da na Banta Alcantara ni bo pa. Na go go poli ni susu so na go be Xavi replacement to Barcelona ba. Nyama nko ye na wa be pio Liverpool twa. Bibia to ye dia Liverpool. We coming weekend we ananya mbo next week. Ngbe wa Alcantara che number 6. Omo be hwe se ebe ye amacha Barcelona for AC akan Indra Emma Brante Suarez almost dropping in selection. Not a friendly game. Omni Genoa, almost share Genoa for 3 goals to 1. I bring tell you Messi as and share in Magic. I'll share 2 goals and I'll continue to share 1. Barcelona for a Suno Musuni and he said Messi quiet by home or some by Robert say Ampa Messi Omuni no until Barcelona France 1 person of Konokwa or by home pa Robert Nibobre Amo into I'm first friendly match and last friendly match. I'm a boy and 1 match per on boys pre-season. Into the almost trailing. No matter ready. I'm a team Bia or Beba or Malco Mubia. Chelsea for so Kusua, Epe keeper, a modern born and so many years. Tomabuera, France Rennes for some cover Eduardo Mendy. No Brombe replacement. They make it back. Almost so money about Timori as they'll never because I'm finding count no more Mendy. And now, Rena for Omakas de Biomo on the share transfer and send a air cordia and come on to more review. Beto Abrant and cash, no more fun and quantity. Just focus on air to treat in common. So, Tomate Mapina replacement and market per almost share. As the 4 goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez or Paco joining Aston Villa or no more between a boom this season. Yababisi a kind. The matches need everybody to the weekend. The Premier League is but last week Manchester is here. This weekend the Manchester Airbo Saturday the Crystal Palace. The matches need a doors who are on weekend with the bed the pan. Every match I say, every month I say, but even for team Manchester, I'm here to Saturday and November first match.
No, I shall go when I'm Vizanga, Manchester Quansu, and also Kotokwa 70. Now, me hope you say a first match, Nidia. Now, when you know, winning tea. She said, as a Manchester, way yam, but still, Yamu.
What's your Mukacha, anything on some way in a moment, you man.
So, any weekend, any expecting and yes, sign because the NT so more yes, sign Chelsea, and no power as you Liverpool. No, okay, okay.
Tottenham for about to say for Sergio Ruggiero, almost for Avante Bill.
To Inter
Manchester for no matter.
Yantishi, Yada,
who also by League, but it's a wonder. Wonder, until I told Edward Wood Casana, want to be near sign is me, Emma Manchester now. Almost a Mumbra top 4 because I see Tottenham there. Almost I saw the top 4 on baby.
Okay,
the top 4 baby, Manchester. Chelsea are signed, Liverpool are signed.
Right.
Omundina is signed.
Right.
Until Manchester I was saying I thought we have a UEFA top 4 in Mutan person Monche. By transfer in call October 5th no maybe transfer.
Maybe a bit miss.
I almost type last minute show.
Okay.
The other yam on Insema one, I say about first name measure Kotoko for appointed. Boom. Which are Kotoko for new brand or wearing your mom that to join it. I say we need.
They say, "O shop sapo munsu aka." Inti, you be any positive results.
Kotoko, management team no man for no board there. Because it's a big. We have a bad team in Mupam. Because I'm Africa this your communication director. Say PJ Moses and to former Asempa FM for sports journalists and a Hot FM and a Happy Oceans with D. I grow Ghana football money mu year for 2030. All know we need best host sports.
I say
PJ Muse.
Right.
Oh yeah, the Palma Finance. I know what's from commercial director so and also now for MPP for Pinwaye to more Tigo. Now report so I'm for also about the team because for prepare pa this season prepare pa. Your boy GF for so yeah. Deputy General Secretary Emmanuel Dasubre or resign because we assume 10 years.
10 years ni o say onko
echebe na ko ba kuzun je ni gwa se to ni echebe bi fufuro na ono ma kwa ko travel and andra mi do say lampi three lampi right in program that's a person mo for and the place ni there on person mo ko no ko from on person mo bro ba juju blast juju o be ba be osuro because all boy in the UK no this go be blast na ya koto injury bi amana na ya dey carry ntani na mo mu ni no musuro se omo be ba aba be si aka ma blast and ba mo so mo hwe na omo ni mpanyifo na didi nko ni eyi o ma dwen efri sanya ma ni nyina so no matimi aba be si aka ma Ghana na ya because brantin ketia so omo ni twetwe nkomo Arsenal for play and ketia omo ni twetwe nkomo so be ba your God dreams MC for aso ye omo player Olympics I say we be see aka mom Abi Manomi baba to dance onu any Joseph so former Kasufo player mo ba be see aka ma do clubs no more Ghana do mo we jumo mo di be di omo pa no omo anga sombo to mo bon pa ni start league no jumo mo di be di top teams and clubs o Ghana anu no omo anga so ombe hu kan yi nti anu na ya amano ni nsema a yadi abremu a yadi abremu
inti ochina Friday you know matches
ochina Friday matches ochina EPL no na omo hwe omo de nyama tutu ye omo se omo FA no aba because omo timi bobo behind closed door because omo lusu pan don be ye bia de omo ma fans no about pitch in so about because football without fans there
and they she as a supporters ni fans ya ina eja Yama fans kakra.
And as
Oh my shit.
Yes,
Yes, because I'm on for better tickets. Oh, beba. Okay. Yes.
Germany for the moms almost start to league now. The fans and start about because football without fun. But in that year, Caribbean Cup ever England are barely any Sheffield United and a Wolves and Stoke. ABC Akai, Brighton, and Bournemouth, Omesi Akai. The woman who saw border and ready to drive into the matches or another people. Europa qualify playoff news ABC. On the teams need doors teams need their doors 43 matches and ABC Akai in the Europa. And there's League One ever cost Marcel any center 10 7 p.m. Marcel Ebo and also on matches in the
Okay, yeah, that was say the Biao Jimre. Bahasi, any be Juma. What do you mean to so? I'm me now cry and kind of because na bobo. Oh, na bobo. Yes, accident is CCC. Ewo Ghana has say air and dry. Ewo Cape Coast quietness on. Can be no head-on collision. Among full. Now before ABC and Drano. Kumasi kwani so no ABC AR hopa de mare ho krapo ye akwale bi a emi so ne mame tu kwan ani mame kan mu mebu no a okuta ne mpabo a ohwehwe ne mame because I was saying you mom because it's hard. Yeah, election time say you know your hunya be brave bisa especially say year na baby year no na
who drive careful we very careless who what that to a home why now when now
we better they be bo mama
no be what drive 24 hours on die who na mu kwem na or that was still an age Michaela's been your call tamale na under 23 for a bomb match or tamale ko ye ba no ya ba ni kita metro mas ye ba ya na so to metro mas no wiper I say driver so chika and ye ni ye ni driver no say driver na ko pio obi lemu ye conscious da and you need to know say driver who ko bi lemu to no dream me ka e ko driver no ka no nyani driver no don't know you not telling or the people are carrying
not the people.
Two drivers.
Bakote ho. Na bako drive we brana we aje and I say quite now we aje.
The fellas near call our conscious because we drive on to the welcome or no drive the car.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm driving by. Say two drivers. So I said, I will buy me. Papa quit my driver. The aquaba. By your pen, say, I'm coming out soon. You're going about the car. You're going about the buy. And one of them. There's any drivers because any VIP buses and other transport
STC, cars, no, and Kasana or drivers. No, and I say, yeah, and I'm a Monday. Okay, so that was sports for you, and of course, up next is our health tip for the week.
What's in the fine? Kaluba, they fine. One of them move from place to place. What's in the fine? Nadidala, they fine. And I don't do yes. Many people don't tell me no. Money lati lowo, di dodo. Sorry, I'm your be you see, because I they do have for love. If I get the cash, I go tell you love, I go give you cash, I go be your sponsor. Money, I'm your be you see, because I they do have for love. If I get the money, you go know. Still I go out to the kingdom come. Because don't go to see the fine on you. I know they sleep on the money. Who happy?
Where make I no go find money? I need to send anybody. Me at the hustle, gaga. Make you hustle, my luck. I know be your lord, I know be baller. Oh, I'm a to balafaka. I go show you my color. She wanna pay me a lot, baller. If me ganga moya, walk baller. The matter plenty, I know me only sata. Oh no no. If me ganga, la matassa. Happy you forget, say happy the gaga. Mon man curry gaga, lorry gaga. Mon man curry gaga, lorry gaga. Very low girl be. To the young gaga, no nu gaga. Bambi nu gaga, yeah. Find money, why me no go find money? Find money, they let they find money. They look at they find money, why me no go find money?
Move. Friday, Japolo all night, Saturday night, our club. Yali, Martin, Seaman, Shock, and Gugu Cap. I the shape in out the Bible bed, go for say, Dallas so they snap in the bed. The gas in out the chapel walk when double share. One house on a club in one bank. The Yame Summer Pan, a yellow Sumia, Pisa Unia, ladies are was over. Yame Summer Pan, a yellow Sumia, but Jehovah full of body. The Yame Summer Pan, a yellow Sumia, let tell you we need the plastic. Yame Summer Pan, a yellow Sumia. Suma me, I look at it. But I can move that. I don't have me, Baba physical.
Always online. This is Radio Guide.
I try to have it with any part. Passing no quality, no, I saw free to Mowanka. Sika Samini to Chapuli, here free to Moamba. To Moambo. I will put on the tents fall apart. I can was an entertainment touch. Chapuli was school super. Now so member see what you move on for me. Until you jam so my pan, I yell sumia. I be so unia. They be so so. Jam so my pan, I yell sumia. Why me junk and as my mobile. Until jam so my pan, I yell sumia. I wouldn't have from way to my friend. Jam so my pan, I yell sumia. Don't remember when they would dash it. I say, come on, so for you. Nadi eke wadawa, Alamu shabu nadi wadawa. Gramos of Wajiwa, Wasoya Malcolm Wisdom on the Biabi, no coffee, Wadi wadawa, no share, a who Christian, a who Muslim, a who careful, a who softful, a who comfort, as a Matasi Proye, one or shares 1 year, MP Kumupani in Sutra, maybe I saw a bad man, the minty lecturer, pardon you, Dansano, I'm a pass mark. For money we go share blood. Yami Bayer or Bechel into Japan fast, into fast life, fast gas, fast trap pot. Check service what name was Snapchat boss. 31st now a church. Or no harm and Yami on the 3rd now I didn't know hope a track. Part-time Christian. You won't fight 4-time devil. You the joke. Until you Yami Summer Pan, a yellow Sumia. Yami Summer Pan, a yellow Sumia. Yame summa pa na yellow sumia. Yame summa pa na yellow sumia.
Somebody be ungrateful. Sunday, tell them to clear the road from way. Ghana music, no fit to be one way. New style, new year, new everything. Another brand new year. I want to buy another car, buy your own see mama. Another brand new year. Me pesa me jija, I go search for another client. Another brand new year. I know they won't lose, I got the winners from my side. Another brand new year. Another. I feel sharper, a day neko. I feel way this a Kevin Boy neko. Or the DJs where they like to play my song. I dey shout out everybody play non-stop. I feel way no drama. No be all your big grandma. You're in the no defeat grandma. And you me change your life is another new year. Another brand new year. I want to buy another car, buy your own swim mama. Another brand new year. Me pesa me jija, I go search for another client. Another brand new year. I know they won't lose, I got the winners for my side. Another brand new year. Why? 2020. Hustle for the money, plenty, plenty. Then the players why you from 1990. This time we not watching. 2020. Hustle for the money, plenty, plenty. Then the players why you from 1919. This year we not go watch it. Another Sunday. Tell them to clear the road from way. Ghana music, no fit to be one way. New style, new year, new everything. Another brand new year. I want to buy another car, buy your own swim mama. Another brand new year. Me pesa me jija, I go search for another client. Another brand new year. I know they won't lose, I got the winners for my side. Another brand new year. Another. Brand new year, boy. Another.
No case, I no go talk.
Always alright. This is Radio Guy.
For you, my charge. Take me everywhere you want to go. Oh, tell me everything I want to know. No lies, no lie. Yeah, run am anyhow you want to run. Shake am, baby girl you fire pass it on. No doubt. But you say, kilo come, I'm getting money, biggie money. So what's the fun? Movie risky, body whiskey, get tipsy, but all the bar risky. Kilo come, I'm getting money, biggie money. So what's the fun? Movie risky, body whiskey, get tipsy, but all the bar risky.
Risky, yes, your body risky. Me no one go 50-50. Risky, yes, your body
risky.
Risky, yes, your body risky.
You know I go 50-50.
Risky, yes, your body
risky. Yeah, been a very long time. Yeah, still a wait for your wine. Body curve up, you're clean and cute. So your nipple them blow my mind. Me we give you money anywhere, anytime. Jiggle up your body, let me see your waistline. Yeah, you know you need me and your body risky. I grade than whiskey tonight. Yeah, know you love, guess why? Just a bean and right hairstyle. Me we give you the world, baby. Me say you are my bonfire. Yeah, love your style. Ready to give you the ring, girl, child. You are my bad, darling. You are my bonfire. But you say, kilo come, I'm getting money, biggie money. So what's the fun? Movie risky, body whiskey, get tipsy, but all the bar risky. Kilo come, I'm getting money, biggie money. So what's the fun? Movie risky, body whiskey, get tipsy, but all the bar risky.
Risky, yes, your body risky.
You know I go 50-50.
Risky, yes, your body
risky. Yeah, Auntie Adiza, she cause disaster. Her body mad, the facto Madagascar. Ask ya, call the pastor. Make it come pray and fast, find a caster. Cause if I talk one, she talk then. Many things about the girl I know be there. No lie, no lie.
To wrap up for this week's edition of the Rise Up Morning Show, let's take a look at some tidbits that can help our health lifestyle. Now, if you are just tuning in, this is the final segment to wrap up on today's edition of the Rise Up Morning Show. My name, of course, is Judith, and I'm bringing you some health tidbits. So earlier on in our newspaper, there was an 11-year-old who is suffering from kidney disease, and today I want us to take a look at our kidneys. on how we will be able to detect if something is wrong or whether we need help as soon as possible. Now, this by no means is meant to actually diagnose any kind of disease or try to give you home remedies or give you a remedy to something you're already suffering from. And I always recommend you still going to the hospital to do general checkups so you would be able to know if you are okay or if you need help. But taking a good look at what kidney disease or kidney failure or anything that has got to do with our kidneys, it all happens and starts from the things that we ingest, the foods that we eat. Amazingly, some of the drugs that we do take, especially painkillers, can also be some of the reasons why you could or we could suffer from anything or any problem that has got to do with our kidneys. So there are so many signs that our body do give us when there is something wrong with us. It tells us, it signals us, because you have to listen to your body. Listening to your body is something that everybody should be able to do. You have to know when something is not going on right with you. But are you able to detect if something is not right with your kidneys? Well, these symptoms that I am about to share with you can give you a gist if you need to rush to the hospital as soon as possible. Now, what are the signs that something might be wrong with your kidney? You might not know, but not all of these symptoms doesn't mean that the fact that you have one or two symptoms definitely means that you are going to self-diagnose yourself, self-diagnose that you have a kidney disease or a kidney failure. Now, people who have problem with their kidneys normally have a change in how much they do urinate. So they do urinate very frequently, which can also be a sign of urinary tract infection. But having kidney problems or issues with your kidney can actually result you in urinating at much shorter times. And also, when your urine or your pee is really foamy, very foamy, bloody, discolored, or brown, can also be a sign that you need to put your kidney in check. Whilst there is pain, urinating could also be a sign. Swelling in your arms, wrist, your kidneys, your arms, your wrist, your legs, ankles, and around your eyes or your abdomen could be one major symptom of kidney disease. And restlessness of your legs during sleep. You feel the baby kind of say anansi achemena or anansi mean to me famina in sifako. When you normally experience that thing during sleep, it could also be a sign of kidney failure or kidney disease, or if probably there is a problem with your kidney that you need help as soon as possible. Now, joint and bone pain, and also pain in the middle back where your kidneys are located, and you being tired all the time could also be a reason why you need to rush as soon as possible to the hospital to have your kidneys checked. So one may ask that, what are some of the things that I would do, or some of the things that I do or experience that kind of make me get kidney failure or have problems or issues with your kidney? Now, the major one is to have blood or fluid loss. It normally happens to people who fail to drink a lot of water. Now, if you fail to drink a lot of water, there is a total of fluid loss in your body. Remember that our bodies are 70% water, so we need to replenish our bodies with water all the time. And also, if you have been on some blood pressure medications for a long time, it can put so much pressure on your kidneys, and it can make it very difficult for you to have safe kidneys or have better kidneys to help you live a longer life. So if you are on some blood pressure medications, talk to your doctor as to what are some of the safest ones you can take. And also, people who have heart attacks and heart disease are really people who are really prone to have kidney failures. So having an infection is something that almost every person who at one point in time have experienced. It could be an infection of the ear, the mouth, it could be an XTD, it could be a normal yeast infection. But if there are recurrent infections in your body, it could be a huge sign that there is a problem with your kidney, or it could actually cause you to have kidney issues. So you having infections, whether yeast infections, sexually transmitted infections, or any other infections that has got to do with the body, it can put restraints on your kidney and leave you with kidney issues. Finally, there are a couple of drugs, according to the World Health Organization, that can stress your kidneys so much that it can actually cause kidney diseases or give you kidney issues. And these drugs includes aspirin, brufen, naproxen sodium, and Motrin IB. Now, these drugs are normal when you take them once in a while. Take them when you have pain. But remember that painkillers are really, really addictive. Painkillers are really, really addictive, and it makes it very, very easy that if you are on pain medications like aspirin and brufen for a very long time, you would have problems with your kidney. So this is our health tidbit for today. Remember, your health is your life, your health is your wealth, and we need you alive. This is how we wrap up on today's edition of the Rise Up Morning Show. I will come your way on a Monday with fresh, crisp, groundbreaking stories right here on the Rise Up Morning Show. My name is Judith Emefa Igbafa, and of course I will come your way same time. Thank you for everyone who tuned in and made a date with us. I will come your way same time on Monday. Have a blessed day.
And if you didn't know, everywhere that I go, all my people, they be shouting out secret. Call me Baba, I be yoga. Anything you want, no be quanta. Oh yeah, baby, slow waist, slow waist. Chilling while I'm drinking Bella Rose. Yeah, too hot to be in the market. Everything where you they make sense. Oh yeah, baby, take it down low. I wanna teach you some things you didn't know. And I thank God for all of my success. Mama, you deserve the red carpet. I want you backstage at every of my shows. I wanna make you my Mrs. Davido. What do you say, what do you say? What do you say, what do you say? Oh baby, baby, don't play, what do you say? What do you say, what do you say?